Some questions are inherently dangerous, but the answers can be far worse. Beneath the sprawling concrete foundation of the city, hidden from the maps of urban engineers and historians, lies a forgotten subterranean labyrinth. In the autumn of 2023, an archivist named Lina discovered a stone staircase spiraling downward. She descended far deeper than the city bedrock should allow. The air grew cold, smelling of ozone and ancient parchment. At the base of these stairs stood a massive, monolithic black door. Its surface was covered in thousands of intricately carved question marks that seemed to shift and writhe under the beam of her flashlight. Reality felt thin here, as if the earth itself was holding a secret it had long since forgotten. Lina gripped a silver quill, an artifact she had recovered from the upper levels. It pulsed with a faint, rhythmic light, a heartbeat in the dark. But as she approached the door, the glow abruptly ceased, leaving her in a suffocating gloom. Her journal, resting open in her hand, began to write on its own. The ink appeared in a frantic, jagged script, as if the paper itself were screaming. "Do not open the final drawer," the message warned. Her heart hammered against her ribs, but the curiosity was a physical pull she could not resist. The door groaned open, revealing the heart of the mystery. She entered the central archive, a cavernous space filled with millions of sealed, numbered boxes. Each was meticulously labeled with a specific, haunting question. The silence was heavy, broken only by the sound of her own ragged breathing. She walked past rows of human history and forbidden thoughts, her footsteps echoing against the infinite shelves. Then, Lina noticed one drawer near the center of the wall. It was open. It was empty. The void within the drawer felt like a predator waiting to strike. The brass label attached to the empty slot bore a terrifying inscription. What happens when a story learns it is being told? A sudden, cold draft swept through the room, extinguishing the warmth of her presence. A voice whispered directly behind her ear. "It wakes up." Lina froze, the blood turning to ice in her veins. She turned slowly, and as she did, the entire archive began to scream with the sound of grinding gears. Every book on every shelf in the vast archive shifted. With a synchronized, mechanical thud, thousands of volumes rotated simultaneously. Their spines turned to face her, no longer books, but eyes watching her every movement. The boundary between her reality and the narrative had dissolved. She was no longer the reader. She was the subject. She stood alone in the dark, surrounded by voices that had finally found their way out of the pages, whispering her name in 1,000 different tongues. The walls seemed to pulse with the rhythm of a closing book, and the air turned to ink. The archive remained silent, holding its secrets tight. Some questions, once asked, can never be unasked, and some doors, once opened, changed the nature of the world itself forever.